Great to see you again, Doris. I know you've got some wonderful messaging about how to keep our young people safe and healthy. So tell us the latest from the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network.
Thank you, Ronnie, for having me on today. Oh my goodness, can you imagine this autumn in Florida? Now that usually does not mean as much as it does in places where leaves are turning orange, yellow, and gold and falling into these lovely little mounds on the ground. But we are just beginning to have a bit of a nip in the air these days, as we saw today. And major holidays are right around the corner with Halloween at the end of the month, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Hanukkah. But to talk about the subject of interest at hand, this month of October is Youth Substance Use Prevention Month. We want to focus on that, and we want to make sure our youth are not indulging in alcohol or other substances. It's also Substance Misuse Prevention Month, and that applies to everybody, adults, children, and everyone. Some other dates to remember this month is October is Health Literacy Month. That's like learn about health. How can you be more healthy? Running, eating, resting, de-stressing, all those kind of things. You can learn more about that this month, and you can find those links online. It's also National Bullying Prevention Month. We have a lot of problems with bullies, both at schools with kids and in our workplace. You can have bullies at work as well. So you can learn about prevention of bullying and some things you can do to prevent that and help yourself. October 23rd through the 31st is Red Ribbon Week. Now, this happens every year, and you may have heard of it before. A lot of locations will do runs for kids. They set up sponsorships with businesses and other groups in their communities, and they focus on a day of having just a good time, getting out there, doing running, learning about things, having tables and booths set up, and learning about prevention. So check out where Red Ribbon Week and the run is located in your location, and get your kids out there. Get yourself out there too and do a little running. So parents, we need you to get involved. Talk They Hear You is our campaign that we have been running that helps parents, caregivers, and others get informed, be prepared, and take action to prevent underage substance use, particularly alcohol underage drinking. You absolutely have to get our mobile app on your phone. Go and download it, because it will show you how to take everyday situations and make those into opportunities to talk to your kids where it feels really natural. You must also use a tool that we have on our website that was provided by SAMHSA called Screen for Success. This 10-minute online screening tool is something you do together or separate with your child, and this way you learn more about health, wellness, and well-being of your children, and helps you find resources to meet their needs if you see something there you maybe weren't aware of. There's also a great resource on SAMHSA that we have the link to on our website. It's called Podcast for Parents, and the latest episode is entitled Back to School, Connecting with Your Screen-agers, because they're always on that phone and they always got those screens in front of them. So this is probably good information for all of us. But the episodes are full of good advice and shared stories about what's worked for other parents with their teens and preteens. So check it out and get some good tips.
Well, that's a lot of great information there, Doris. Now, remind us again of how to start some of these conversations with our young people.
Yes, Ronnie. Now, this information is in detail on our website, so I'm going to briefly go over it, but there are 5 conversation goals parents should be aware of when they begin to talk to their youth. Number 1, might be obvious, but you might not have thought of really doing it, is show you disapprove of underage drinking and other drug misuse. Most kids say their parents are the biggest influencers of why they choose to drink, not drink, use drugs, or not use drugs. So let them know very clear that this is not something that's good for you. It's not something in our family. It's not something we're going to do. Number 2, show you care about their health, wellness, and success. They're more likely to listen to you if they think you are on their side. You've got to be their biggest cheerleader. So in order for them to want to do these things that you're talking to them about, you have to show that you care and you really are concerned. Number 3, you need to be the best source of information about alcohol and other drugs. than they can get anywhere else. And you need to tell them that. So you have to prepare yourself. You have to go get educated. Come to our website, get what you need so that you can be the expert, and tell them. If they asked you something, say about a street drug or something about alcohol, and you don't have that answer, tell them, I know where I can get that answer and I'll get right back to you. Number 4, this is another obvious one, but you might not think about it. Let your child know you're paying attention, and you will discourage risky behaviors. If kids think you don't care where they go, who they're with, how late they're out, when they check in, when they don't check in, they might kind of try to push those boundaries. So you need to know, they need to know that you're paying attention, and you will discourage those kind of risky behaviors. And you don't have to do this in a real prying way. You can be very subtle about it. Number 5, and the last one, is you've got to build your child's skills and strategies for when they are exposed to that situation. This is especially important for preteens, but also for our teenagers. Because when they are in that situation, they got to know, well, what do I say and do? And if they practice it and they have a plan, say they get in a situation not feeling comfortable, maybe they need to text you and say, Mom, I need you to call me now, Mom or Dad. I need you to call me now and tell me I got to come home. That way I can say, hey, I got that call. I got to go. Or other ways to say, no, this is just not right for me, and feel comfortable about it. So you got to do a little practicing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Those are some great conversation starters, Doris. Any lasting thoughts here?
Whatever you're planning for the upcoming holiday season as we move through this, because that's when there's lots of opportunities where alcohol might be around or other things might be going on, activities, you need to plan for that. SAMHSA's taught They Hear You campaign mobile app, which I've talked about, you got to get. Well, to give you those solutions to practice so that you have those conversations ready when you need them. So download that mobile app today if you don't already have it, so you will be ready to answer those questions. Remember, we are in it to win it with you. We want to make sure your child grows up happy, healthy, and successful. Learn more about what you can do to keep your kids safe and healthy. Visit www.cfbhn.org. and download that tool.
Thank you, Doris. We'll talk to you next time. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Ronnie. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye.